transfer. I thought he was going to go to Ohio State. Yep. He was at Ohio State. I think they said something about Ohio State. They put us on the list, but I knew he wasn't going to come to us. That's nobody comes to Louisville.
They really don't.
Bryson Tiller don't even do a show in
Louisville.
That's a whole nother. I think they won Cincinnati, didn't he?
I think he did.
Yeah.
He's just wholeheartedly against Louisville altogether, though.
But why? That's
did you watch his Breakfast Club interview?
I seen a large chunk of it. I think I kind of I caught the majority of the part where he was talking about the depression. So I caught that whole. I caught like a little bit before that. I caught that whole little bit part, and I caught a little bit after that. And we talked about.
He said he was receiving like death threats in the city and stuff like that, which also kind of influenced him like not to come back. And it's really just a whole lot of bitterness.
But that's bogus because
I feel like Bryson Tiller just was not ready for the fame that came with his artistry. He blew up faster than what he was ready for because he could not take everything that came with being famous. That's what, instead of him looking at the millions of people who love him, he could only focus on the people who hated him.
True. But my whole thing with that is that, like you said, he was getting the death threats and shit. But why? But then why? If you've always felt like that, or you felt like that for a certain period of time, why did he lie and say he wasn't going to perform in the city or let alone the state? Because Lexington was on that original tour list. Mm-hmm. He took it off. He took Lexington off. But Lexington was like the last. Took off Lexington, and then he said he wasn't performing in Kentucky until the Static Major banner got put up.
I knew that was cap when he said that.
But it got put up. And on top of that, I know some people when I said this, I said I think there's something going on between Jack and Bryson.
He'll never admit it, but I know he's mad that Jack Harlow is the face of Louisville and he's not.
Yeah, and they put up the Static Major banner the week of Gazebo Fest. So it's like that might make you feel some type of way too.
Because Jack's influence is greater than Bryson's.
That's a fact. He spent more time here.
Yeah.
He's. I mean, like I said, you can see Jack at the farmers market on a Tuesday. Like he's in Louisville. He's
casually walking around St. Matthews Mall.
Bryson doesn't make himself accessible, so it's like you turn a lot of people off like that. I'm not saying you got to just give access, like people can touch you and shit, but
you have to be personable.
Yeah, like people want to be able to say, "Hey, man, I seen Bryson Tiller in the line at Chick-fil-A," or you know what I'm saying. I mean, like I said, bro, people have seen Jack so many times out in public. I don't even think people get like super excited no more. Like maybe if you've never seen him, but most people. I'm saying like, but
don't nobody give a shit about Jack.
I'm not saying it like
it's just like if you're from
like,
Louisville,
Jackson Popeyes again, y'all.
Yeah, like
steak getting a 2-piece.
It's not uncommon for Jack Harlow to pop up somewhere in the city. It's not.
You think it's a party? He gonna pop up at the party?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Like what's this nigga Jack doing here? So it's like. With Bryson, I don't think he's ever given the city of Louisville that type of experience. And it's like, yeah, you gave the Nike basketball collab court to the South Side. That's great. That's dope. Niggas ain't seen you since.
Show hate.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, what are we like? What are you doing? Like, so if he does feel some way about Jack, it's not warranted because nigga, it's not like we gave it to him or people gave it to Jack because he's Jack. It's like, nigga, you didn't want it. There was a void.
He took a hiatus way too early in his career.
Yeah, there was a void that needed to be filled. Mm-hmm. Like anytime, I think a lot of, not just people, I think that's where like a lot of areas struggle at is that like voids need to be filled. So like if a person isn't willing to fill that void, like you're gonna lose that spot. Mm-hmm. Like
facts.
Like that's why like LeBron is still the face of the NBA. It's like, bro, he checks so many boxes and he fills the void. Like none of you other niggas want to fill the void that when he retires and leaves, y'all don't want to fill that. Like Kevin Durant doesn't want to do anything that like LeBron does. Like Steph Curry, they try to push it with him, but he can't fill that. Like that's too much.
Like,
Steph is great, but you can't be. You just don't. Like you have to do so much to be the face. You got to be an ambassador. You got to be seen. You got to do this. You got to do that. Like you got to have the nuclear family. Like you got to have all this shit. Man, it's like, bro, I just want to play basketball, bro. You know, and I get it. Bryson's like, I just want to make music. That's dope. But you can't feel some type of way because you got another person. Yeah, they want to make music, but they also.
I don't even think he wants to make music. Because Charlamagne was asking him in that Breakfast Club interview, like, does he even care? And he was like, no, he does not even care about his music. This man wants to be he wants to make video games. Yeah, he wants to make video games.
He wants to make video games. But you know what that is? I think that's a cop out though, bro.
It is.
Don't get me wrong. You can want to do other things. Like you want to make video games. You can make video games and make music. Like you are talented enough to walk and chew gum. Like you don't have to you don't have to strong arm yourself and be like, you know what I'm saying? Like handicap yourself and be like, well, I just want to make video games. It's like, bro, you've taken away enough time to do that. Like I'm not saying that you owe us music, but if you're gonna be a disgruntled artist who doesn't like anything that you put out, you mad at the world, you mad at everybody, then they just go away. Like go make your video game and just leave it alone. But don't like try to pop out because you came out with the single. The single got hot. You forced the album. I could tell. And it wasn't bad. I did like the album, but the album had a lot of some of them songs that sound like songs that are supposed to go to Chris Brown. Listen over to Chris, whatever.
He still won't get personal with his fans.
Yeah,
like
so
he won't. Everything with Bryson is very much so surface.
Yeah,
like he won't tap in past that, which is why people like Mary J is still doing what she's doing because she made music that's relatable. Like she tapped into some real life stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's refusing to tap into that. He wants to stay strictly on the surface. And honestly, I think that he would produce better music if he talked about his depression, if he talked about the things that he's gone through in the industry, because his personality, he even admitted that he probably rubbed other celebrities the wrong way. Yeah. When he first came out, he talked about how he would go to these parties and people would try to talk to him, but he was just so in his shell that it rubbed people the wrong way. And now you can't get called back from Drake. Drake won't answer your phone call no more. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like he also did not have a proper team, I think, to kind of help him with PR things and stuff like that. So he just wasn't ready for a lot of the stuff that came at him, which caused him to take a hiatus way too early. And like you said, now your spot's taken because it was a void.
That's what I said. I remember I told you, I was like, bro, I don't think he meant to be famous.
That too, and
I think he was just making music, bro.
And that ended
up hitting for him.
And that could play a part.
And then you know what I'm saying? He looked at that stardom and celebrity status and was just like, "What do I do with this thing that I have now?"
That could be a part too. I just don't like. But if that's the case, don't act surprised when you get treated a certain way. Like if that's how you're gonna act, then understand that yes, you're gonna turn fans off. Like you're gonna have people that are gonna be like, Bryson, where's new music at? Or why did you put out this music and you knew it wasn't good? You knew it was bad music and you still put it out. It's like, if you know all these things, then like, why the fuck you do it? You know what I'm saying? Like if you know, like, I don't know, we talked about the depression and we don't have to talk about that again, but we talked about the depression stuff. Mm-hmm. And I was looking at it like this. Okay, you know you're depressed. You have admitted and addressed the fact you are in a rut. You at least have to be somewhat aware of a way to try to get out of this rut. Like being depressed for 5 years that's to me that was a long time. That's a long time.
Absolutely.
To hate everything.
Yeah.
Like that's to me that's insane. So I'm like, at some point, what was your escape? Like, did you not go make music about your grandmother passing? Did you not go make music about having a child? Did you not go make music about being in love? Like, brothers, you just sit there and just be depressed. Like, I don't like that. I think that's kind of like a cop out. Not saying you can't be, but I'm like, for 5 years and you're a creative, like a depressed creative is gonna find a way to still create.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna find a way to use that type of depression and maybe they can still be depressed after they create the whatever they create, but they're gonna use that depression to create something, whether it's sad or whatever, but they use that. And like nobody knew any of this stuff about you. We just found out you want to make video games. Like this is stuff that you should have put out to the public 5-6 years ago,
Yeah.
like, hey, I play video games, I do this. Like, bro, you could have started streaming. T-Pain jumped into streaming, and now that's what he does. Like, so if you play video games and you know this stuff, like, you can get into that stuff. It was almost just like
And you could have incorporated it in the
in your
music,
music.
like Megan Thee Stallion does with her anime. She loves anime, which is why she incorporates that into her music. You know what I'm saying?
Next
Like,
guy is in the anime.
yeah, she loves Japanese
I
culture.
got a shot.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Ah. Meg, what up, girl?
She loves Japanese culture. Yeah.
But yeah, but not so it's like, yeah, no, the Bryson stuff is just a little, yeah, whatever. We don't have to stay on that too long.
Right.
I just don't like that. I mean, and I get it. Some people, they take up for him. I'm not saying you shouldn't take up for him, but I just don't.
Yeah, I don't have sympathy for him.
Yeah, and I think he feels that coming from a lot of people, and I don't think he likes that. I think he feels like y'all should be on my side regardless. And I'm not saying you should be against him, but I think fans should be allowed to feel a certain type of way. Like, bro, I feel
And he
like
didn't give us much to fight for. You
that
know?
too. I used to argue. I'm talking about. I used to go to bed. I'm talking about. This is peak,
Bro came in
Bryson.
hot one day.
bro. This is
One
peak,
episode.
Peak.
I
Tiller.
just got quiet and I was just like, he clearly need to get this off his chest. Because I was going back and forth with him, but he was just like, nah. You don't. And I know he really like upset about something when he started turning. He started turning to me like, hey, he's talking. He's like, nah, you feel what I'm saying though, bro. You get, and it was like, and I was just like, okay, bro.
Yeah,
I guess
you got it.
you got it, bro. I'm gonna let you feel very passionate about this, dog, and I'm gonna let you go ahead and talk your shit real quick.
I mean, nah, bro. Cause sometimes, bro, I don't know. It's just aggravating. Like, bro, like just you don't have to lie to like get sympathy or whatever, bro. Like you just don't. If you don't want to ever perform in Louisville again, just say that.
And I'm not gonna lie, he even just pissed me off on Breakfast Club just with the way that he looked. I'm like, who let him get on the Breakfast Club with this hoodie on,
Scully,
just looking like a blob of darkness?
in May.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's gives no less.
Bro,
than
it
80
could be his
degrees
way.
outside.
He crying for help.
Man, no, bro.
He don't want help, I don't think. Because he's like Dre said, 5 years to just stay depressed like that, like not even putting it in your music, like he just don't care. He's checked out.
Yeah.
And that's fine too. That's fine too. I mean, I'm still a fan. Like I said, I used to go to bat, bro. I used to argue.
Yeah.
There was a
You was heated up.
there was a debate between who was better between Bryson Tiller, Party Next Door, and Tory Lanez at one point, and I was them niggas ain't fucking with Bryson. Like I'm nah, and then he put out that weak ass. What was that For Yourself? What's the album called? Self? Whatever. The second album.
The one that came out right after Trap Soul, that was horrible. Yeah.
And you know what's crazy? At first, I liked it, but the more I listened to it, it just wasn't hitting. It just wasn't hitting. And the anniversary, that's a whole nother conversation. It got high highs and low lows. I do like Sorrows, and then this last album's actually I think it's decent, but I don't know. Enough about Bryson. What else we got to talk about?
It's all right, bro. Feel me, man? Your artist, he gonna turn it around, bro.
Who? Bryson?
Yeah.
Oh, no,
He gonna be all right.
Yeah, he's done.
I think he's done, bro.
He's done.
Mentally.
Do you think that he
spiritually,
probably is
emotionally.
like, do you like, in light of like all this Diddy shit, you think he probably seen something,
No, he's definitely has.
been part of
this
something,
is
bro,
so
just like fucking with him?
I don't.
Cause like if you already got mental problems, bro, and then you get around the people like
Well, he
like
said
what
that.
you call it said, like you get around your idols and you realize, you feel me, they really ain't shit, or like they into some crazy shit that you would have never guessed.
He kind of said that. He didn't say it like that, but he was like, when he got into after Trap Soul, he was like, I got into the industry, and he was like, there were a lot of people that were different once I met them, and there were a lot of things that were different once I had to experience some type shit. So he kind of maybe kind of hinted at that, but he didn't like go into like no detail, none of that. But I mean, I think that's just a part of the business. Like I don't think you. Not saying that they don't have these type of things, but I don't think it's like how people envision, like, oh, somebody sold their soul, so like they go up to a room and it's 10 motherfuckers in dark
red
hoods
lights and
red lights and fire and it's
You're right.
Oculus. And stuff. I don't think it's like that, but
Oculus.
I think it's, but I think it's
Some motherfucker butt naked with an Oculus on, man. And he was walking around feeling for people,
No,
bro. It was crazy.
I said not an
He groped
Oculus.
the woman.
I said Oculus.
I
One
know.
example, Shiggy. Shiggy was on top of the world.
they
Yeah,
did
he
something
got
to
that
Shiggy.
Kiki
Listen.
check.
They did
He
something
got
to
that
Shiggy.
Kiki check,
listen,
bro.
Shiggy was on top of the world.
My boy
He
said,
was
"Fuck it."
he was literally about to quote unquote break through. He was going to be he was gone. Like he was gone. And
Bro, he was on
he
track
got-
to be what Drewski is.
so
Absolutely.
listen.
Absolutely.
I think he got to that and he got to that point and he had to give up his morals and I can't do that. He walked away.
And true
Drewski,
New York
I don't
nigga fashion.
listen. I'm not gonna say Drewski did because I actually think Drewski is hilarious. You know
Yeah.
how I feel about Drewski. That's
I
think,
get tired when people try to make the comparison between me and him.
yeah.
I hate that shit.
But you look more like Kyle. You don't really look like Drewski.
They both piss me off.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is maybe Drewski did. Or maybe he hasn't got to that point yet. But Drewski is hilarious. So it'd be one thing if he wasn't funny. It'd be one thing if he wasn't funny.
Right.
But
Yeah.
the fact that
He's actually funny.
he's actually hilarious. and
Yeah.
shit. Like, so it's like, I don't know, maybe he's just super, super funny. But there's a chance that he got to that same situation and he went through that door.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on whatever it is you got to do or say or agree to, whatever. I don't know. We don't know. We'll never know unless you get in that space. But I do think there's a chance that Bryson probably saw something, experienced something, heard something. He was just like, I don't want fame that bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and if I got to do it, if I got to be famous doing something that I kind of really don't love, I'm gonna like half-ass it. And I think that's where it's kind of like his disgruntledness is coming from because it's like I'm in a situation where I gotta make a living. I'm in a situation where I gotta do what they know me for. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like they know me for making music. Like I gotta do this. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like a disgruntled person doing something just because they have to do it. Like he like making music for him is probably like a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I feel like
gotta go
that's
to the
part of
studio.
it. And I also think that he just genuinely does not believe that he has the fan base that he does. Because in that interview that I watched, it was just like he really couldn't believe that there was genuine fans of him.
Yeah.
Like they even had to point at the cameraman. I was like, "Do you not know that this guy was nervous when we told him that you were coming today?" And he was just like, "Oh, okay, like that's what's up." Like
Yeah.
it's like he just doesn't believe he has fans.
Yeah. And that could be a part of his I guess the appearance that he wants to
You
give
think
off,
he's got like
just don't
a
care.
it's like a disappointment thing where what I mean by that is like he feels like if he it's better to not know than to know is what I'm saying. And what I mean by that is like where he's at, it's like he doesn't really want to know what his fan base is really like, or he doesn't want to because he sees the love that Jack gets, and maybe a piece of him really is like is scared to find out, do I have that much love? What would happen if I like the way that y'all talking about him? It's almost as if like he's nervous to find out, do I have the love that Jack has, or do I have less of that love? Do I have more of that love? What if I don't have any of that love? Like
And that's what it is.
he
I
seems
think
like a very like
he's scared of rejection. So I feel like
Yeah.
because he's so scared of rejection, it's just like I'll just make you not like me before you have the opportunity to choose yourself.
Yeah.
It's almost like he's pushing people away before they even get close to him because he's scared of the rejection of people not liking him.
type shit. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Because even when bro be talk about that shit sometimes, like I just be like, bro, it sounds like that nigga just don't want to know or don't care to find out, bro. And I was like, it sounds like he's doing that for his own sanity. And I was like, and it sucks because as a fan of him, you would want him to know, like, bro, we fuck with you and we care about what you got going.
Bro.
But if you don't care to find out or care to know, then it's just like, bro, then who are we? Because motherfuckers is only gonna bang trap so many times before they like, bro, okay, I've had my fill. It's this now goes into the category of or the section on my playlist to where like it will always be deemed as a classic,
Mm-hmm.
and I have to be in a certain mindset and mood to listen to. Like you get what I'm saying? Versus your artists who are dropping like on a consistent
Yeah.
basis, and it's like it's on like your recently played way more than like a trap song would be, where it's like it's on there just because like just randomly thought about that song today and I thought I'd play it.
Yeah.
So it's gotta suck as a fan, and I'm sitting here and it's just like I really ain't never really been geeked on
Yeah.
Tiller like that. But it was dope, like being from Lexington and hearing like somebody from Kentucky made it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel the same way about Jack Harlow too. It's like, bro, it's just dope to know that somebody from the same state as me,
Maybe.
an hour away from where I live
Yeah.
at, you feel me, did it. So, but that brother just got to put himself out there, man. And it sounds like he got the love and rapport better than he wants. But it also sounds like he done seen some shit, done been a part of some shit that's now already taken probably like a mind and a person who was already a little twisted up and dented and damaged, and now this motherfucker's like,
Bro.
this toy barely like operable
Yeah.
now.
But
So it's like, is that the word, operable? Where it's gonna operate? Work?
Operable.
Operable.
Yeah. I don't know.
Fuck, man, wake up!
I don't know,
What the fuck is
bro.
wrong with you?
I'm trying to think. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Operable? Operatable? I'm
Yeah.
like, no, I don't think operatable is a word. I
Well,
know operable is.
which means
I think it means what you said, I think.
Let's
Does it
see.
operate?
Anyways.
But no, what I was about to say was though, bro, I think like how you said, I don't like Tiller doesn't know that he has the support of the fans. I honestly feel like if he wanted to, he could sell out which I think a couple artists could, but what's not the Yum Center, what's I guess you say the biggest place would be what, the Palace or Mercury Ballroom? Which one?
I think Mercury is bigger than Palace.
The Palace
Is bigger than?
Yeah. I think if he wanted to, I think he could probably sell out the Palace, even a larger venue, like 4 or 5 nights in a row.
Oh, he absolutely could.
Like, I think he could.
Yeah.
But I think in his mind,
He don't believe it.
He don't think he could do. He might. I can maybe do it once. No, if you do that shit, if he was to do 5 pop-up shows in Kentucky, and tickets go on sale 5 hours before the doors open, he's selling out every single time. I think so. He can do it in Radcliffe, which I don't know why, but he could. Louisville, Lexington,
bro, you
Bowling
can't be talking
Green.
like that. What if he's listening? Did you just?
Well, Radcliffe.
He's like, I don't know why he would, but
Well, I'm just saying it's Radcliffe, E-Town, it's all the same.
Because didn't Jack do something similar with his
He
like
did.
I'm coming home
It was
tour?
like
a gazebo
It was like
thing.
5. No, he did.
No.
It was like 2 or 3 years ago. He did on the back end of his tour. He did 5 shows in Kentucky. I think he did Louisville, Lexington, Bowling Green.
Newport.
Was it Paducah? Where was it?
I think
somewhere?
one was Paducah.
Yeah.
They had another place somewhere, but he did 5 different spots. You know what I'm saying? And so like Tiller could do the same thing. if he wanted to,
Facts.
like easily. But I don't think he believes that he could pull something off like that. Like not in this moment. Like he feels like he can do that other places. He feels like he can't do